welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and we are back with another episode of the Waterdeep Blades of Waterdeep. We're possibly on our final episode, just seeing how long we can string. No, we're not stringing how long it strings out. We're just seeing how our adventurers, our treasure hunters, finish off the adventure, and maybe today, and maybe next week. Who knows? It may end up in a TPK within the first 5 minutes, and that could be kind of a short show, but it's happened before. So we don't have everybody here today. We have Bozo currently away, but we knew that was going to happen, and it's just family commitments and whatnot, so it happens. It does happen. So we'll do our introductions. Nick, would you like to do your amazing introductions?
Hello, I'm Nick. I play Dandelion, the human druid. Pronouns they, them.
Fantastic. And Ursamay, would you like to do your introductions? You look so hot today. Nope. You've disconnected. Ursamay's under a heat wave. It could be the internet melting at a location. She'll be back soon, hopefully. Treant. Oh wait, no, we're back.
Hi.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I could hear you guys the whole time and see you, so I wasn't aware something happened until you started saying so.
Yeah, you've just been frozen, and you're frozen again. No, you're good. You're good. It's okay. Relax, breathe.
And do your intro very quickly.
Hi, I'm Ursamay. I play Bella Doc Backless, the halfling rogue.
And our non-halfling cam, Treant Monk.
Yep. So going into halfling camp for Lucky, the halfling cleric, trickery cleric,
Who still doesn't know he's a cleric.
Well, he's got a pretty good idea now.
Yeah, there's the suspicions.
Yeah.
And you've asked Cassell about am I casting my cleric? And he was the one saying no. So our goody two shoes, let's hunt down and chase down pickpockets in the poorest areas. They're just trying to feed their families. He's now turned bad, which is an interesting character arc because he was totally the not really bad, but just less goody two shoes than he once was. Which has been an interesting character arc to watch and witness in the last 17 episodes. This is, I believe, episode 18. And a couple of things, as you may notice, we have sound in the background. That's from Syrinscape, syrinscape.com. They do amazing online, offline audio for all your role-playing needs. And for Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is what this is all based off, they have custom sound sets. So our introduction music is matched from 3 strings. We are going to be using pretty much mostly for this session the Vault of the Dragons, because that's where we are, and we may have a few other bits and pieces where needed. So we use that all the time. I think the audio is amazing, and it's not just one single looped element, but a mixture of multiple elements you can bring up and down, and it's just, I find it amazing for what we do here. And even for on face-to-face role-playing, I've used it there as well, and it just works so well. A couple other things is we have giveaway tomorrow for our Children of the Marsh show, which started last week, and even though this show is finishing maybe this week or soon, we'll see how we go. We have got all these cast here going to be moving on to another show, which is working title has always been the Rise of the Goblinoids, which is Pathfinder. Don't worry, it's still fun, it's still okay, but it's Pathfinder, and it's all characters playing goblinoids in the Rise of the Runelords adventures. So the Rise of the Runelords story arc, which was one of the original story arcs they did, it's really great fun, and it's the revised edition, And so it's not the sequel though, so it's the revised edition of the original, not the sequel. A couple of things is you may see now lots of dice on the overlays. That's part of the new overlays that we're getting made for part of the new overlay assets that we're using for our streams. So all the dice on the overlays, all the D20s that you can see next to everyone's little character portraits. Also, portraits is video frames show that they've all got inspiration. So everybody has inspiration on their sheet, and so they're all ticked as yes. The other dice you can see below is the D4, D6, D8, D10 and D12. If you donate $1 to a character with the player name or the character name, etc., just please don't say halfling, because we've got 2 of them. It makes things very hard. And if you say human, well, technically we've got 2 of them, maybe? I don't know. And so if you donate $1, the first donation for that dollar will go to D4, and that person gets the D4 to use at any point of time after a roll if they need it. It won't be for death saves, and it won't be for damage rolls, but essentially for skills, saving throws, and attack rolls even, which is not always common, but attack rolls is certainly there. And every dollar you add as well adds an extra dice. But if you want to donate to somebody else, the dice increases again by 1 step, but it's taken off the first one. So you only have 1 active dice running. And if you go over 12, then I get a D20, because why not? It's fun that way. So yeah, that's what's happening with that. And what's this shaking? No. Oh, okay. And so the last thing is last week we tried out the closed captions, and I was looking back at the footage, and it just didn't pick up. There was a few problems I had with the accuracy. When people use voices, it doesn't pick up everybody, and when you've got 3, 4, even 5 people on screen talking, there's no indistinguishable difference between one person's sentence to the next person's, and that can get quite confusing. So at the moment it's been turned off. We're not going to be using it for at least the finals here. We'll see about what's going on. So I think that's pretty much all our bookkeeping or our bits and pieces. So thank you everyone for coming in, and let's start the show. We open our scene, and I'll cut off the sound and change it across. We open our scene beneath the city of Waterdeep, beneath the docks, beneath an old, decrepit, half falling down alchemist tower. Deep beneath the earth, our characters find themselves in a small 25 by 24 foot room with a 20-foot ceiling, standing in front of an adamantium trapdoor set into the floor. There is a pull ring to the side of the trapdoor, not on the end, but to the side. And standing above the trapdoor is a painted dwarven soldier carrying a massive axe, and currently has a copper pot sitting and bashed and fitted around its head. And the copper pot has been, although it's aged and yellow and green, it's actually currently bright orange and fading back to its green colour. And it's quite warm in the room, as both Bella and Lucky struggle to open the pull ring of the trapdoor, with Dandelion standing outside. Scene opens.
Well, there must be some other way to open this thing, because it doesn't seem to want to lift.
Can we try to just, destroy it?
What is the trapdoor made of?
Adamantium.
I meant the statue. What's it made out of?
The statue's not the problem. It's this trap door won't open. And there's no mechanism that we can see that would connect this trap door to anything else.
No mechanism you can see that would connect the trapdoor to anything else.
Okay. And nowhere in the room can I see any kind of like levers or anything like that that might.
Nope.
Take a good look. Okay. I wonder
There
if
was-
maybe
The other
Go
two
ahead.
rooms, maybe there's like a lever at those rooms. or
that's what I was.
something.
I was just thinking that. Unfortunately, we're losing our bridges here.
Yeah, but Dandelion was a spider.
Yeah, I'm still a spider. I assume
Yeah.
I'm communicating telepathically with Lucky.
Well, do you want to go check the bottom door out?
Yeah, I can do that.
Does anyone
Does
have...
anyone want to?
Oh, yep, so?
I just want to see if anyone wants to hop on my back to check the second room for anything. Because I think Bella was in there. I think
Yeah,
it was like armor or something. I don't remember what was in there.
I don't remember what was in the second room, but Bella can go if you want, Bella. You're better at most of the stuff that needs to be done.
I was just going to call... Does anyone have a proficiency in religion?
No.
No? No.
That castle does.
He probably does, you know? He probably does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know what's going on here. He's outside
Nope.
as your wingman.
He's the lookout.
He's the lookout in the river. Sorry, in the submarine.
Yeah, he's our
Offshore.
getaway driver.
Yep. Yep. So he's not even on land. And you are very much below land here. So yes, you're in the northern of the three rooms, and the three bridges are certainly collapsing.
Yeah. I'll just walk along the wall. Oh, whoops. My arrow keys. Here we go. Drop Bella off and then go and walk across the wall to the next room.
So you're going to the middle, taking Bella?
I dropped Bella off in the middle room and then I was going to head to the last room.
Yep.
We'll look around.
Did you get the middle room open?
Yeah,
Must have
we
been.
had been in the middle one, but not the bottom one.
Okay. So I'll describe the
Oh,
middle
yeah, I went
vote.
there.
No, I thought
You've been in all of them.
Dandelion had been in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll describe the middle room because they're all the same. Also, they're all quite different. And of course, my Roll20 then starts deciding not to play. Nice. So there we go. So in the middle room, 4 sets of rusted armor or rusted plate armor without helmets, the size for dwarfs, stand in each of the corners of this 20-foot high room. Each suit is draped with cobwebs. Dwarvish runes are carved into the far wall, and the description reads... No, you don't know how to read Dwarven, sorry. You have no idea.
We do have a dwarf, but he's on the other side of the bridge.
That's correct.
Hanging out with our totally not a rogue, spy, and or Batman.
Yeah, that's a pretty apt description, actually. and the female Nimbarite.
That. And then in my room, it was an anvil with a hammer in it.
So in the most southern room, so to the north and south walls of this 20-foot high room are adorned with dust-covered frescoes depicting dwarven smiths at work in their forges. An iron anvil sits atop a raised stone block in the middle of the room. Both fixtures are draped with cobwebs. And you've noticed that one of the frescoes, a stone hammer being wielded by a smith in one of the frescoes on the southern wall, can be taken away from where it rests. But without hands, as the spider, you can't get that stone hammer out of the wall.
I technically do have a feat as a steeder that's called sticky legs. Is the hammer size medium or no, smaller? So I can hold a halfling or a smaller person in my hands.
So the spider that you're in has that sticky legs, is that correct?
Yes, that's a steeder. So it's
Okay.
I haven't been able to use it because everyone's been bigger than me. I could only use it on the halflings, but
with an athletics, yes, I'll allow you to try to do an athletics roll to try to get it out.
awesome.
Because you're essentially putting a
spider.
suction cup and then sucking it out with your sticky legs.
So +2. Ten. Nope. It's stuck in there.
Nope, it's still stuck in there. It starts moving a little bit, but like your stickiness just comes off.
I sigh and then crawl back over to where Bella is.
Yeah, Dandelion.
I look at my petty pelps and I just go like, I can't grab things, but you can't understand what I'm saying. So you just see me going like this.
Okay. Do you need some help with something?
I think I can maneuver my body to lift back and forth. I don't have a neck, so can't nod.
The spider's either
Teeter-totter.
worshipping you or saying yes. And we're losing pretty much all the video.
Oh, there we go. Now it's loading. All right, so I'll take Bella over 2 of my things so she can grab the hammer.
Let's move Bella across and move Dandelion across. Climbing across the wall 60 feet down below is very hard stone floor.
I have a parachute. It's fine.
I do have sticky paws. I can grab her.
Yes.
She is within the size.
So again, the frescoes on the wall to the north and to the south depicts dwarves hard at work.
Well, I guess I'll see that hammer. I'll try to grab it.
Yeah, I point at it.
Yep. So you pull out a hammer. The hammer, the stone hammer, when it's pulled out of the wall, is a usable hammer, but you'd think because it's made out of stone, it's not going to do much, or it may break if it's used as a proper weapon. But as you're looking at the hammer, on the other side, there seems to be an inscription, and the inscription that reads, "Oh wait, no, you don't speak Dwarven again."
Why did any of us choose to be a dwarf?
All right, so seeing all this dwarven inscription, I'll do hand signals to get Bella to go help me go get the dwarf, because the dwarf is afraid of me because neither of those two can understand me. I tried to communicate them with my little hands, but they didn't understand. I don't understand. I don't know if you can understand either. They're making hand motions. You over there to where the dwarf is, and then you over towards where the dwarf.
Yeah, I think we need to get that dwarf, Dandelion. So, do you think I should go over there with you to help?
So is the plan trying to get the dwarf to you, or bring the hammer to the dwarf?
I think the plan is to get the dwarf to us, but I don't know if he's just going to be afraid of me and try to attack me if I approach him.
Hence, taking
So
me.
Bella's there for moral support to calm him down as I use him as a
Oh, so Bella's there for the persuasion check. This is never going to go badly at all. Never at all. Okay.
I have inspiration, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You have inspiration.
Let's just see me get to choose.
It's possible. Heck, you got how many ones to? You got 4 ones to get your charisma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that's a thing. So, Bella, are you jumping over with Dandelion, making it across? I'll just move you straight across there. And Dandelion as well. Dandelion's jump as a spider is much easier than trying to jump even though it's not a gap, you feel like when the northern bridge has fallen now, that southern one, you're a bit more apprehensive about crossing it on foot. So again, once the spider jumps over, being ridden by Bella, the dwarf is like, "Oh, what's going on? What are you doing?" And he doesn't really like the spider at all. It's a dwarven thing.
Settle down. It's fine. It's fine. It's just Dandelion. They can do that.
Have you found my son? My baby?
Not yet. Not yet. That's we need your help with something. There's some dwarven writing, and we need you to read it. So what I need you to do is ride the spider.
Get on the spider, shouldn't you?
Ride a spider? What? Are you crazy? I'm a drow. I'm a dwarf. I'm a proud dwarf man with a big float. Oh, and he goes to reach his beard. And for the first time, he realizes that he doesn't have a beard. And he just, I mean, it's not tears, but there's just furious anger. Where the hell is his beard gone? What's happened? Who shaved his beard? What's going on here?
Yeah. Listen, I can explain that.
Did you do this?
I know.
Did you shave my beard?
Guess so.
Well. Oh wait. Charm person. I saw that. Yeah.
Charm person.
Guess so.
Okay, so you attempt to charm a humanoid within range is a wisdom check. I've got to find just a generic D20 wisdom roll. Please roll 20. Please roll 20.
One.
No, it's slowly rolled over to a 6.
Yeah.
Somehow, explain your, I want you to describe your charisma roll here in this circumstance.
Listen.
No, you can't even explain it, or you just get it going.
Your beard isn't. Oh boy. Is it back?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, your beard isn't actually gone. It's still there. It's just invisible.
And you can't feel it.
You can't feel it. Somebody cast a horrible spell on you. It should wear off in time.
A few years once it grows back, right?
Yeah. What matters is your beard is always with you on the inside. It will never leave you.
Oh, you're very lucky if you're rolling a persuasion there, you'd be on minus. Like you'd be on disadvantage just from what you said. just from what you said, you'd be on disadvantage just from that. But yes, started off so well. It's just an illusion, and then went no.
But like he starts crying, like, yeah, my beard is on the inside.
Well, he will follow your instructions, and it's like, look, I know it's against my better judgment, but if it gets my son back and gets my beard back, then I'll ride this damn spider of yours. Where do you need to go?
Dandelion, take him over and then come get me.
I salute and then pick him up with my petty pelts and put him on my back and then jump across over towards the second room.
Yeah.
And then I drop him off and then I go back and pick up Bella.
Before I go over,
and I leave the construct and the other lady there.
I just look over. I'm getting better at this charming thing.
At the Lady Rosnar.
Yeah.
She's just looking, just like. No. So as he goes to the door and goes up to the door, you see what looks to be like remnants of magic trying to do something and then just fizzle out. As he goes up to the door and passes it.
What?
Well, no, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to give you a hint on that.
Was there inscriptions on the door, or is that just like a weird glow effect? He just sparkled for a little bit as he walked through.
The remnants of like where the door was onto the actual onto the wall, there was a little bit of magical sparkle, but nothing happened from that. As if like some magic that was there previously had a residual effect.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't a trap. That would have been terrible if I just lit on fire.
Yeah. So where is this writing you wanted me?
Oh, it was in the second room. I dropped him off there because the hammer, Bella has it.
Yeah, but there was
writing on the hammer too.
Yeah. There was I thought there was an inscription where the hammer was.
No, it's on the hammer, on the back of the hammer.
Oh, okay.
So he'll tell you on the back of the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Let the hammer fall, and the anvil ring. Oh wait, no, that's not right. That sounds wrong. No, on the hammer. Let the hearts be lifted and battles won. That sounds better.
Yeah.
And in the middle room, where the 4 suits of armor stand, it's number 6. So it's actually 7. He says, oh, that's a different one. A secret, the inscription on the wall, it says, a secret never before told will part Damathorn's lips. And he says, Damathorn, that's the god of secrets. The dwarven god of secrets. I don't know what that means, though.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
I'm a spider and can't talk, but I'm poking Bella to go point at Lucky so we can shout it across at him. It's what's happening. Because he can't talk at all.
Lucky!
Hello?
Yeah, we got the dwarf over here to read stuff. because
Oh.
that, like, in the room that the farthest room, it says let hearts be lifted and battles won. And in this room, it says a secret never before told, part whatever his name's lips.
Whatever
Damathoin.
his name slips, that's an odd prophecy.
Yeah. How'd you pronounce that, buddy dwarf pal?
Damathoin?
Demethoid is, I don't know, some god of secrets or something like that. I don't know. It's,
All right. I've added it to our journal.
Now, was the writing in the room Lucky's in, too?
No.
No
there was
writing
no,
at all.
No writing.
Okay.
What else is in the room of the armor? Was it just an inscription, or is there like, can we pull something out of the armor? Or
All you've seen
Yeah.
is the 4 suits of armor. No helmet on the armor. But they're certainly dwarven full plates in make and size and whatnot and design. And then just the inscription on the far wall.
do they have hearts?
Do
Do
you
they
want to
have
look?
mouths?
As in, it's just suits of armor. Like there's no, like they're on stands essentially.
Oh, okay.
There's no people in them or statues.
Okay, cool. I point at Bella, and then I point at the dwarf, and then I point at the armor stand, or the armor. And then I point back at the dwarf, and then I point at the armor. It's like, maybe he should wear it. If he's going to follow us down in here. You know, protect his son. We have to go get his son back. He's going to need some armor.
Hey, buddy. Put on that armor. It will help you.
And he has to, he's charmed. Oh, great. He goes to the nearest piece of armor and he starts taking it off the stand. And there's cobwebs inside it. There's dust. This has been sitting here for a long time. And he starts...
Well, he's also covered in shit, so he's fine. He's literally covered in poop right
Yeah,
now.
that's
'cause
right.
He is too.
We hit him in a poo cart. So he's fine with cobwebs.
Yep. He's covered in dung. Yep.
Yep.
So he starts putting on armor. It's going to take a while.
All right. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, I'm going to carry Bella over to the first room and see what we can smash this hammer against to see if anything happens.
I would probably think there's an anvil right there. Right by where, in fact, as Karsh was describing, he's like, there's an anvil. And by the way, there's a hammer. That doesn't look like it's used as a weapon, but maybe for something else that you could take. Like, that seems obvious enough.
You've been waiting so long to say that.
Yes. I'm like, ooh, put the hammer into the anvil.
I don't know. I mean, what if it breaks the hammer? But,
Wait, we could just have the dwarf do it just in case it's trapped. This is all dwarven stuff.
The dwarf's
And
gonna
he's
be
in the armor. It'll be perfect.
The dwarf's going to be putting on armor for quite some time.
Dwarf's probably going to have a hard time hitting anything unless he's proficient in heavy armor, because he's not even going to be able to move.
So,
Well, at least he won't die too bad. I don't know.
so is the idea to get Lucky down to the bottom room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can all be there at the same time and die together.
Thank you for making that clear, because it totally makes sense. There we go. Oh, there we go. Thank you. We're good. So you're all in the room?
Here, I can try the hammer.
Okay.
I think Bella has it. I don't have hands or pockets.
You don't.
I mean, maybe I should hit it. I mean, I'm a bit more, stronger.
Whatever.
Do it together. Have an assisted strength. Same time.
Did you want to roll an athletics with advantage as assisted? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't even have to roll. Just wondering if you wanted to do it. That's all. So as the anvil is struck by the stone hammer, a ringing starts coming from the hammer that encompasses the room, and not just encompasses the room, but it becomes almost a deafening ringing, that's bouncing off the wall and resonating throughout the wall, and it's a very harmonious note in itself, and then it slowly starts going down and going down and going down, and then disappears and goes back to silence. Not silence as if you're deaf, though.
Why don't you go see if anything happened with that trap door?
I run across. Skitter. Did anything happen?
Nope.
I also can't open it with a hand, so it looks like nothing happened.
So are you touching the trapdoor to open it, or what are you doing to check it?
I don't have hands. I can't open it.
Okay.
I go in. There's no shiny sparkles. The door didn't open on its own, so I run back over. And I do my hand motions. I don't have hands.
But it's not open.
Also,
I shake my head no.
what about our dwarven friend?
What about him?
Good to see him on the way back. Is he still trying to put on armor?
He's not
was
there.
anything going on in there?
How long did the
dwarf's not there.
He's not in the room anymore.
No.
Is any of the armor in the room?
There are 3.5 pieces of armor. And it looks like there's half of the armor, or at least what he's put on, is missing from another piece. Mainly the breastplate is missing, because that's the first piece you put on. Everything attaches to that.
Well, the hammer did something.
Yep. I guess I'll move everyone over to that room and see if we can figure out where he went.
Well, if he teleported away, he's not going to be in that room anymore.
I hope he teleported and wasn't just immediately incinerated, like the one trap with the door.
Let's try hitting the hammer again and see what happens. I hit it again.
The resonating sound doesn't envelop the room anymore. It just goes ding.
Well, I hope he's okay wherever he is. I hope he's not dead. Or maybe he is, but...
He'll turn up.
You hear from across the bridge. Is everything okay? We heard some strange sounds coming from here.
Yeah, we're just testing some stuff we found.
Are you sure everything's okay?
I figure it probably is.
Okay.
We're professionals.
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 Okay.
We haven't got stuff worked out yet, but I figure it's all going to work out eventually.
If it's okay by you, I think I'll go back upstairs and make sure that the tower's secure.
The door's closed.
Oh, shit! How are we gonna get out if we don't?
The door's closed and the dwarf is gone. We're just trapped in here for eternity.
You guys are being pessimists. He'll turn up. Don't worry about it.
So can you just send the dwarf back? And I'll go upstairs and I'll leave the door open so you can come back if you need. You can come out, but
Well, we kind of need him, unfortunately.
oh, okay. So am I just staying here with this this contraption?
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
Okay, I was just feeling like I was going to get some dinner.
Um, uh,
You don't have any rations? I have some rations if you want.
I'm just going to point out you're offering rations to a noblewoman.
I think I have a roll on me, Phil, from earlier.
The alternative is Goodberry.
All right. Anyway, we got important stuff to deal with here.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Everything's fine.
Can you take me back to the first room again?
Yeah, go take Lucky back to the first room.
Yep. So you move yourself between, because you're using the same mechanism. I don't mind you moving between them.
All right, I'm gonna go check that door, that trap door again, see if it's still stuck shut.
As soon as you open it, as soon as you touch it and start moving essentially as soon as you start touching it, you feel the room starting to heat up, and that copper pot is starting to warm and get,
What is the statue made out of? Is it adamantine too?
Hold on.
Can we break it?
Statue's not really the problem. The problem is we can't open the trap door.
Yeah, but
Still, maybe that would maybe that would make it so we can open
It
the trap
doesn't
door.
say, but so I'm assuming that the dwarf is also made out of adamantium.
I'm gonna go look around in the second room to see if there's like
If only you
a
had
teleportation rune.
if only you had, say, like a dwarf to tell you what the statue was.
Oops. He's gone now.
Or who the statue was. I mean, told you about the other god, the god of secrets, because dwarves automatically pass that. Oh, I should also point out that you had to bash open all these doors to all these rooms. If you had a dwarf, they'd just open for you.
Oh,
Just like that
automatic doors.
the secret treasure room. You moved the dwarf within range of it, and it just opened when you came in here originally. Yeah. So you move to the middle room.
Yeah, looking around to see if there's any teleportation runes, a secret door that he might have fallen through. Anything.
The only things in the room is the 3.5 sets of armor. One, like half a set of armor, pretty much scattered on the floor, half dismantled. And the a secret never before told will part Damathoin's lips.
I think it's Dumathoin.
Dumathoin. Yeah. My pronunciation's always bad, but yes. I'll take that one better. Dumathoin's lips.
Well, this statue could be Dumathoin.
Yeah. Don't know who it is, but it's a good try.
But we've got his lips to open before. He always just breathes fire.
No, it's the eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's
okay.
the
So the lips
eyes.
have always are okay. Is the mouth shut? Or do I remember the mouth was shut?
I don't know. Do you want to take off the copper pot?
No, I'm just trying to remember.
Yes, the mouth seems to be one piece. The mouth seems to be fixed to the statue, not
I don't know what a secret never before told would be.
I'm a spider. I can't talk. It's not like I shrug. I don't know. I'll go bring Bella over. Maybe she has secrets that she's never told anyone.
So move Bella up, and I'm guessing that we've got another slight disconnection.
Oh, wait. We also have that noble lady. Maybe we need her now. Hopefully she doesn't disappear too.
So you're asking her to come across?
Yeah, I'll go
Why-
and bring her over.
I am
Okay.
not going any further. I'm curious as to where things are going and where this treasure is, but where's the dwarf? What happened to him?
I assume my hour of being, or 2 hours of being a spider is up by now. Maybe
No,
not.
you can still
Either
be.
way, I dropped my. I'll be a person by now, and it's just like, all right, look. The dwarf was taken away by dwarf magic because he's the chosen one of Dumathoin, and we need a secret to be told to a statue. The halflings are really honest. I don't know if they have any secrets. I have some secrets, but when I need to turn into a spider to get everyone across, so I can't talk when I'm a spider. So we need you to talk to tell a secret. When I roll deception or persuasion to get her on my back.
Well, it depends on if you... Well, it sounds like from your point of view, you're rolling persuasion because you think it's the truth. Although there are parts in there like the chosen one is totally deception.
I'm making things up because I don't know what happened. I just
Yeah.
don't want her to panic.
Yeah.
Alright.
So either one, because there's falsehoods in there too.
All right, 8.
Okay. She says, I'm not going anywhere near those bridges. I mean, I'm curious, and there's still that... Whatever you do find here, I do want my percentage. Well, and she then stops and says, both of them. But other than that, I do not want to risk myself further. I have a responsibility to the city and a responsibility for my bloodline to not die in this place.
I'm looking to see what animal has the highest strength that I can turn into. I'm going to turn into an ape, grapple her, and do monkey climb. Basically King Kong her over there.
Did you did see... No, you didn't see.
I didn't see it, no.
So when she says both...
I just think she's just being a finicky noblewoman.
Yes. So when she says both commissions, you have no idea what she's talking about. Like both, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. So, yeah, I'll make a athletics grapple. So I turn into an ape.
Welcome back, Ursamay.
I
This is what you missed. Dandelion decided to attack the epic thief woman.
I didn't attack her. I'm just grappling her.
Grapple is an
moving her
attack.
to-
A grapple is an attack.
And apparently it's in the best interest because they're trying to grapple to then, as an ape, to then bring her across to tell a secret.
I'm not really sure what the incentive was, but there it is.
And I do still have my inspiration, so I'm going to use my inspiration to get advantage on this grapple check.
Oops.
Good thing my athletics is +5 as an ape.
There you go. Live alterations to everything. Okay, so +5 as an ape should grapple the rich noble, which you have no idea is not a rich noble.
Nope.
Because you didn't
Oh
see
no, I know
any of
she's
that.
just a rich noble. I just don't know she's like a super badass kung fu Batman.
Yeah. Otherwise known
Here's my
as...
roll with advantage, 24.
Okay, well, you do hit.
Well, I'm not hitting her. I'm trying to grapple her.
Well, you do grapple.
Okay.
And so she's got to do a strength check to avoid that grapple.
Or acrobatics. her
Or
choice.
acrobatics. Oh, yes, thank you for that. Wow, acrobatics would be so much easier with the +7. That's a
One.
25.
She beat me by one. Fine. I throw up my arms, make monkey like rage noises, like fine, and I run away. Just like leap across.
Leap across
Like,
and do
fine.
the whole King Kong. Yep.
Yep. Just like fine, stay here. Go figure this out on my own.
In the meantime, Lucky is going to be trying to. There's this copper pot over this head of this statue. I want to see, and it's currently like over the entire head. Is that correct?
Yep.
I want to try to lift it to the point where it's like just around the nose, so that the mouth is exposed.
Okay.
Like maybe bang it up.
Yep. It takes banging because it was have to be banged to fit it over, so it's not an easy thing to move around. Yep. And it's actually quite warm.
All right, and then I'm going to try to get next to the ear of the statue. And I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure I haven't told anyone this yet, but I think I can cast spells. And then I look over at the trapdoor.
Nothing happens.
Nope, that didn't work. Bella, you got any good secrets? Did we lose Bella again? I think we did.
Possibly. Ursamay, do you want to try just... Ursamay, do you want to just try switching your video off in Zoom, and then we'll have probably a more bandwidth for your audio, so at least we'll get a good audio come through.
Okay. Do I do that?
Yep, bottom left-hand corner, next to your mute button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You may be able to get a better, cleaner audio for it, at least. So you've been asked about telling secrets?
The way it reads, I kind of think it is supposed to be... Well, that didn't work.
I'm not sure. It might be because we're doing.
The thing I notice is the dog comes through very clearly.
I go to, and there is storm to be problem. I don't know. Like if internet was working earlier.
Do you want to take a break and see if we can reset your modem and see if that helps?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
So I can try.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. It does happen. I've got problems myself, as people probably have noticed. So we'll take our maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute break, try to sort this out. And we'll essentially take our break early, see if we can get this working, and try to resolve this whole secrets to the statue, to try to open the adamantine trapdoor set into the floor. So stick around, we'll be right back, and hopefully we'll be back with all our players with good internet. But most realistically, we'll get probably Ursamay back and my internet will die. So we'll try. We'll be back soon. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and we're coming back from our break. Ursamay's fixed up some of the issue. It seems we're not going to have video just in case, but her audio is coming through much better now. It's much more clearly, and hopefully it keeps that way. Storms in the area kind of play with the internet, and I believe heat waves also a little bit affected as well, depending on if the wires are above or below ground. So we are back, and we are going to continue. So we again open our scene in the same room as before, in front of an adamantium trapdoor and a adamantium dwarven statue standing over the trapdoor with a big great battle axe in his hand and a copper urn that's smashed around his head only to the top of his nose, or to the bottom of his nose. And that's where we find ourselves, with two halflings and a mighty big ape that's really frustrated right now.
I'm like encompassing the entire space of the door, just like huffing, like.
Well, I
have hands now, though.
I think this statue might be Dumathoin, and we might need to tell it a secret, but I bet you there's something specific we're supposed to say to it. But I don't know what. I don't think we've heard anything to tell it. But I bet you there's a specific phrase we have to say.
What if it's, like, secret in Dwarven?
Yeah.
The noble lady happened to know Dwarven.
That would be totally cruel. Languages. Common.
A secret never before told.
And for some reason, the noblewoman's got thieves' cant. I have no idea why.
Oh, I got that too.
Wow.
What about this other clue? Let hearts be lifted in battles won. Does anyone have any ideas what that might mean?
Dandelion shrugs, but points that it was on the hammer.
Yeah.
And then points at the battle axe that is on the statue. Maybe? I don't know. Grasping for straws.
Yeah, what might that mean? Let hearts be lifted, and it's a clue. I know it's a clue, but I don't know what they mean by
you certainly
hearts.
you certainly do feel like your heart's been lifted. You feel stronger than before.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel kind of disheartened. We lost the dwarf and we're trapped in here.
But where did the dwarf go? Because there's no other exits.
Well, I figure there must have been some magic that sent him away. It probably had something to do with the hammer, because it happened at the same time as ringing the anvil. So it probably sent him somewhere.
Hopefully not a pit of spikes. Somewhere nice.
Well, does anyone want to roll an insight?
Sure.
I do have an insight.
One person.
I
you
have
can all
it
roll
too.
it, though. You can all roll it.
I have a...
I'll be nice. I'll be nice, just in case everyone fails.
I don't think I failed.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dandelion failed.
I'm gonna sit down and start thinking.
Well, you come to a similar conclusion that each of these rooms has something different. Oh my god, all three of you got over 24.
Very good at insight. Very bad at puzzles.
When I rolled 24, it did not occur to me I'd have the lowest roll.
Yeah. And that's with guidance. Yep. So you're thinking it's like, okay, so this room, if you pull the pulley, the statue tries to burn you to death. The statue's eyes. The southern room, there was a anvil. You hit and a hammer. Hit the hammer with the anvil. Something happened. The middle room has the writing about a secret. Each room is self-contained.
So maybe the secret is something that needs to be said in the second room.
Maybe. Well, that's where the dwarf read that, isn't it?
It is where the dwarf read that, yes.
What if it was just coincidence that he just spoke a secret the same time we hit the hammer? It just disappeared.
And no one was in the room at the time, so no one
And the
saw
hammer
it.
doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah. He was talking to himself. I'd say that's a pretty wild coincidence.
Those are the try. I can pick up the 2 now because I'm an ape. And I'm deep across.
So it's just armor in the second room? And the writing? That's all there is?
Just 3.5 suits of armor and the writing on the far wall.
I'm going to detect magic.
So you're spending time to detect magic, or you just have a...
Yeah, we've been hanging out for a long time anyway, so what's 10 more minutes?
Yep. So you have this feeling that there's magic in the room. That there's something there's a remnant of magic that have been a remnant of magic from the door, but it seems to be fractured and not complete anymore, as if there was an arcane lock which got broken through.
Okay.
Hence why the doors were so hard to push open. Then there's the... you feel there's something else somewhere in the room, but you don't know what it is or where it is.
I feel like
But
there's
it's strong.
something magic in this room. But I don't know what it is. I'm going to inspect each of the armors to see if there's anything unusual on any of them. Nope. They're all basically the same.
Yep, except for one of them's half missing. Pretty much just the breastplate.
I wonder what would happen if some of us stayed in this room and then somebody else went and tried to ring the hammer against the anvil again.
Maybe.
I'll take the hammer because I have hands now. I can pick it up.
Yeah, you have thumbs.
Yes. I'll take the hammer. Leap over.
Leap over, hit the anvil, and again you don't have that sonorous ringing that you had the first time. It's just a hit of an anvil with a hammer. Can I get a perception check though, from our ape?
Tw- 26.
At the foot of the, as you hit it this is now the third time, you see that there's something at the base of the hammer. It looks like characters. It looks like something is written there. You can't understand the writing though.
Oh, is it below the first writing that we read on the hammer?
This is on the anvil itself.
Oh, the anvil.
Mm.
I look at it. I look at the hammer, see that the symbols are the same symbols. Sigh.
And it is almost entirely hidden by cobwebs and whatnot. You only just saw it that time. Well, you saw it with the 26, but yes.
Can I pick up the anvil? Or is it like embedded in the floor?
You believe it to be embedded into the floor.
Okay. I was just going to see if, because I don't have any paper on me, I was going to take a rubbing and pass it to the nobleman, but I can't pick up the anvil, so I'm just going to go back over. So, I take I point at the inscription at the bottom of the hammer, and then I draw an anvil in the dust on the floor where they're at. And then I point an arrow at the bottom of the anvil.
Okay. You gonna take us
That's
across?
an apple.
All right, I'll pick you guys up and take you guys across. Even though none of us can read Dwarven.
Yeah. I'll take a look at it anyway.
Yep.
Darn it, Dandelion! Why can't you turn into a dwarf? Why didn't you choose the dwarf race?
That's a great idea. Turn into a dwarf.
Yeah, can you do that actually?
No, only animals.
I mean, come on. Cassell can turn himself into an elf.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's why we need Cassell, because he's the one who can turn into people. I just turn into animals.
Darn it! If Cassie could turn into a dwarf, he could read it.
So, anyway, is it a long inscription or what? On the bottom of the anvil?
8 words.
Okay. So there's 8 words. I look at the characters. Do they match any of the characters on any of the messages we've already translated?
Nice. So you sit down and you start trying to work it out. You try to.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah, you puzzle it down. Let's see. Now I've got to think of where the characters are and what you have had and what you haven't had. That's not there, so it's a dash dash. So I'm trying to figure out where it is, like what things are and what you haven't done. So it's taking a little bit of my thought process, but it's a good way of doing it. And if you don't have inspiration, take it.
Oh, I already have it.
Yeah.
There's only a few that you haven't from one to the other. Okay, so you get that.
That's got to be hammer fall and that's let the hammer fall in the anvil ring. That's what it says.
Which you've
and
done.
That's what we already did this one.
Yeah.
But at least we know.
Yeah.
And then to my cipher, I add in. Now I know what the M's are, and I know what the N's are, and I know what the G's are.
Yes.
This dwarven stuff isn't so hard.
Through the ciphers, he just ends up learning Dwarven.
That's how you do things like that.
Well, it was just lucky we already had this stuff all translated for us.
It's as if you're it's as if the most famous person that wrote in Dwarven wrote a Rosetta Stone at the start of the book in Dwarven, which then matched the same characters in Elven and Dwarven inside the book. Oh my god.
All right, well, that doesn't help us at all because we already did that. So we're still stuck.
Well, maybe it's like we said before. Maybe somebody has to tell a secret in here.
Well, I already told my secret, and it didn't do anything in the other room. So I'm out of secrets. Does somebody else have a secret?
Wait a minute, you have a secret?
And then he puts their hands on the cheeks like,
You,
genuine check.
I mean, I don't know if I really have any secrets. I think I told you that did I tell you that I threatened a child?
No. but now you have. It's not really a secret anymore now, is it? So think of another one like that, but don't tell me.
Yeah, but I said it in here, didn't I? So it can't happen.
That's right. And nothing happened.
So is that you're telling the secret?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you tell the secret, the floor opens up and you can see a passage. Only you can see a passage.
Only me.
Only you.
Yeah. Oh, cool. There's a passage.
What? No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is. You guys can't see that? I'm gonna walk over to it and
Wait, I hold her hand as she goes through wherever she's going, and I'll hold Lucky's hand.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And then we'll just leave the noblewoman trapped in here until we get back.
Without a dwarf.
It's fine. Maybe we'll find the dwarf.
So Bella, you see a steep spiral staircase in the room. And are you going down the staircase?
Yeah.
So as you go down the staircase, you get stopped because someone is holding your hand, and that's stopping you from going further.
We each have to tell our own secret.
You guys.
Well, I'm an 8, so I don't know if it'll translate.
Well, okay, I got another one. I got another good one. All right, so sometimes when I say I'm hungry, I just say I'm hungry because I think it's expected of me.
Dandelion understands this and is like, yeah. It's my entire interaction with you guys. I'm not hungry at all, I'm just here.
I've got to ask though, because is it actually true?
Yeah, no, I think it's true.
Okay, then if it's true, you see Bella standing essentially on like several runs down a steep spiral staircase.
Yeah, that works. And I go a couple steps in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now look at my ape form. And I will make ape noises trying to speak my secret. I don't have any more wild shapes after this.
I know.
We'll just have to log rest down here.
I know.
All right, I turn back into a human. Like, guys, we need to take an hour rest. So I get my wild shapes back.
You can't see them.
Dang it. Well, they can hear me.
You
Hopefully.
think?
I still shout it out. Guys, we need to take an hour rest. And then my secret is... I actually kind of like the taste of cat food. I've only ever eaten it as a cat, though.
Wait, is that part true?
It's kind of good. No, that's not true.
Okay, but it's the first part's true. Then again,
Yeah.
you see just like this staircase, just the mist that was there just dissipate away from it, and there's clearly a steep spiral staircase where you can see Bella and Lucky just waiting there for you.
All right, try down.
And you hear from the back, treasure hunters, anyone?
Hello?
I continue down.
And you continue down. Ignore them.
Yep.
So I've got a... No, I'm in the right spot. I'm on the wrong layer, of course, in the right spot. There you go. We'll have this here. So I'm just going to try to copy and paste everyone in the right to get everyone moved. It's a big map. Okay. Gonna let me do it? No, Bella's in the wall, of course. Yeah, of course. There we go. Okay, so in this area, you go down a steep spiral staircase. Quite frankly, you just have no idea how many stairs you go down, and how far you go down. You don't know how far you're below the city already, and you're just going further and further into the bowels of the city, deeper into the earth itself. The stairs itself are clearly created by dwarves, and the workmanship is the highest of quality. But it's just a continuous stairways downwards until it opens up, and in this area you feel that it's actually clear. Like there's a slight daylight, or so a slight luminescence that you can see in the area. Is it working? No, it's not working. Is that working? Do you get a reveal? No?
Yeah, I can see. Is that
Okay.
the idea?
Yeah. So I'm opening a bigger area than what you immediate area. Okay. So you can see this, like there's a luminescence coming from not immediately where you are, but from the outsides, from the ends of your corridor. And that's where you find yourself at the bottom of the stairs.
Well, let's go right.
And you're starting to hear a conversation, but you can't really understand what's being said.
Okay, I'm going to
'Cause it's
try
in
to be sneaky.
Because it's in Dwarven, correctly. So you're trying to be sneaky. And the further you get to the end of the corridor. So yeah, do your stealth checks actually, yes.
I was just saying my thing's like taking a bit to load.
Yeah, I think mine's as well. I think it's because I lit up the area. And how I lit up the area kind of doesn't like it. Well, there's a 2.
Clank, clank, oh, I trip.
That's a thing.
Was it like the breastplate he put on, like on the floor, and I just tripped over it?
No, the breastplate isn't there.
Oh, okay.
But
24.
You hear the conversation stop. as you're being stealthy. And
Hello?
oh, you found us. Come on in. You hear this?
Okay.
Us?
Yes, I found a new friend down here.
Oh, okay.
And
What kind of friend? Oh.
thank you for the raid. Thanks for 10 people raiding. Thank you, Janks. We've just found the Tomb of the Dragon in the Tomb of the Dragon in Dragon Heist. Yay! And the beardless dwarf who you kidnapped and shaved the previous night and then put in a dung cart this morning calls out, "Oh, I found another dwarf down here. It looks like he's been down here for ages."
Oh.
Oh? Does he have a beard?
Well, he's a dwarf, isn't he?
Yeah, good point.
Do I see where they are?
You see, they're a little bit in. You should be able to see a little bit there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see them.
Yeah.
I can see a golden beard.
Yeah. So you're not actually hiding, and you can see all the alcoves around you are just filled with piles of gold in each of the alcoves. Hence the yellow color in the alcoves.
Okay, so I think we found the treasure, maybe. So who is your friend? Hello?
Oh yes. Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce himself. Oh, come on in. Come on in. I'll give you the description as well as you explore a bit more as you come in. So, yeah, shaving dwarves and beards. It's really bad, but a little bit of a backstory. The evil bad guy was actually hiring or trying to buy a dwarf to shave his beard to get into the Vault of Dragons, and the party found out about it. Told the dwarf's wife. She beat him up. The bad guy then kidnapped the dwarf's child, who didn't have a beard, and so they then kidnapped the party. Then kidnapped the dwarf, who was going to shave his beard, but then essentially convinced his wife not to, and then knocked him out and then shaved his beard. And this is him. They're trying to pretend that they're trying to find his baby. And the charm spell kind of helps with that. So it's
I
convoluted.
didn't use a charm spell. I used deception about saving his child.
Yes. But Belladoc Buckless used the charm spell. Because...
To convince that his beard is actually still there.
Yep, because that's a thing. So yeah, that's the shaving beards.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's all fine, that's right. So yes, although deep underground, this vault seems lit by streams of starlight that pour down from the ceiling, catching motes of dust in the luminescent pools. Ornate columns support a 30-foot high vaulted ceiling, which is adorned with carvings of dwarves basking in the presence of their gods. Deep alcoves line the walls, and piled with vast troves of gold. In the centre of the room stands a lone pedestal supporting a small ornate box. Inside the room are also two dwarves, one beardless, the other looks very old and quite ancient and has a full beard almost to his knees. His golden beard hangs down to his knees and it looks fairly unkempt and rough, and he introduces himself as Barrock Clanhammer. Welcome to my abode. I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting visitors, but perhaps you can come back later when I've maybe cleaned up the place.
You live here?
We're kind of trapped in here because the door's closed.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
To open
Oh,
it.
I can open the door for you if you'd like.
Okay, cool.
But we're kind of here because we were told about treasure down here, so I'm thinking it might be this treasure around this room. I think did that used to belong to the old Lord. What was his
Never
name?
remember.
Yeah, I never remember.
Never remember.
No, Neverember's put me in charge of protecting the vault. So
Yeah,
it's
he's
not
no
Neverember's,
longer-
it's the cities.
That's right. But they lost it.
Yeah, the
No,
city
no,
lost
it's,
it.
it's not the city's lost. No, I'm in charge of this, keeping it safe for the city. Lord Neverember put me in charge of this, and I've kept it safe. But
He's
Yeah.
not a lord anymore.
you
He's been
shouldn't be
exiled.
He's
here.
been exiled to Neverwinter
He's been fired.
for embezzling money.
No. We're keeping it safe. Keeping it safe for the city, but you shouldn't be in here. It's a secure location.
Safe from whom? Who's after it? I mean,
From the
aside from
city's
literally
enemies.
everyone we've encountered.
The city's enemies,
in
of
the-
course.
What's in that ornate box on the pedestal?
I don't know. It's just part. It was the last part of the treasure that November brought down, and yeah, it's always been there. It's not my duty to look into everything. It's my duty to protect.
You don't know what's in there? Oh.
That's probably the best treasure yet.
Yeah.
We just gotta.
I call the box.
What do you mean? Call the box? This is not. This is not yours. It's the city's. You shouldn't be here.
We just want to look.
Well, no, we're actually here to keep it away from the demon worshipping or devil worshipping guy who stole his baby, and we're trying to help him get his baby back by trying to do some sort of thing where we get to the thing that the bad guy wants first.
And
Yes,
never
Bullock
remember.
was saying something about shaving his beard, and it is a kind of an obvious missing feature. As he was trying to explain that they're trying to find his baby, but there's no baby here.
Well, no, but the guy who took his baby wants your treasure. So we came to the destination that guy's going to be at to beat him here, and maybe we could get his baby back by doing some sort of negotiations. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
this-
improvising.
Well, this is the vault. You can't stay in the vault. This is a secure location. You're not
But
supposed
you
to be
stay
here.
here.
Yes, but
So
I'm
I
in
think
charge of protecting.
I'm at the box now, and I'm just looking
Sorry.
at the box.
Little child, this is not your treasure. Hands off the box, please. And he's leaning on his staff, and he's like, now, little one, hands off. And you notice
Can I just look? Can I just see what's inside?
and as you're leaning at his staff itself is quite ornate. It's like two pieces of entwined wood. One is golden coloured and one is red coloured, and at its top it fans out into two dragons that are pointing at that are facing each other, and that's the staff that
it's
he's leaning
magical.
on.
I just want to see what's inside. Don't you know what's inside?
See, curiosity is what gets people killed. So, please do not touch it. This is not a threat. This is you just cast message. Okay, I was so sure that was going to be
Dandelion. That's a good point. Dandelion. Should we kill him?
Can I insight him? Because that looks like a level 20 staff there. Is he just like a super powerful wizard who's gonna kill us?
You can insight.
Okay. That's my one skill.
He still just seems like an old man.
Don't you
An
wonder
old
what's
dwarf that's-
inside?
No.
How could you be here for so long with this box and you don't know what's in there?
Because I've been told not to look and not to touch. I'm here to protect
What?
the place.
What if it's a puppy and it needs to eat?
The barking box.
In my many years of guarding the treasure, guarding the vault, I have not heard of any puppy, any barking coming from the box.
Of course, if it's that hungry, it wouldn't be able to bark. Or maybe it's food and it's going bad.
Whatever's in the box stays in the box.
Okay, I'm making a deal. I open the box and see what's inside, and then we just leave it there. But then we know what it is.
What's this deal? You shouldn't be here.
Well, the deal is that you get to know too what's in the box. It's got to be killing you by now.
I don't want to
What's
know.
in the box?
It's just a box to me. It's a part of the vault, the part of what I need to protect. You shouldn't be here. Why?
But there's something you don't understand. I have to know what's in the box.
No, you don't, little one.
I've got to know.
You don't. Leave the box alone.
Dandelion.
I shake my
Want
head
me
like,
to-
I don't know.
Do you want me to charm him? I did it with the other one. I'm getting better at it.
Try that. We might be able to do that. At least then we could get him to open the box.
Ah, come on, like, you know, let him look. It's not that big of a deal.
The charm fails.
Damn
Dang it. He's not just an old man. He's a wizard.
it.
Sir, there's still a problem that how are we going to help him? I mean, we can't take on this deep devil worshiper alone. We've tried. It failed.
Are you
Well,
trying to hire me to take on this devil worshipping person? I've got my own job.
Hiring you. We don't have any money.
Exactly, I've got my job.
Yeah.
Do you work for Neverember or for the city?
I work for the city. Neverember put me in charge of this to
Yeah,
protect it.
Okay. So who's been in touch with you since he was exiled?
His agents, what are you talking about? His agents have been here and to make sure that everything's right and put this into my protection, and I haven't been in contact with anyone because this is a secure location. No one, including little ones like yourselves, are supposed to be in here. Stop. Left the box. Stop it. Back away. Back away from the box.
Well, it's not secure anymore. The three of us, a lady outside,
I'm going to
and
make a
then the guy.
voluntary wisdom save. Yeah.
What's your DC? Because what DC
I
are you
was
looking
just,
to do?
I was just going to make it a 10 to
Okay.
not open the box. There's apparently the threat of death, so.
I'll increase it by 1 every now and then,
Okay.
because that makes sense for you.
Yes, it does. So, yeah, you know why he was exiled? For stealing all this treasure.
He
Is
didn't.
there anything else noteworthy?
None of this treasure is stolen. The treasure is here because the treasure is secure. It's not stolen.
Yeah.
None of it's been stolen. Unless you start trying to get that box again, nothing here's been stolen. Stop trying to steal the box.
We're not stealing it. We just want to open it.
I don't want to
It'll
steal
stay
it.
in
I
its
just want to
place.
see what's inside.
No.
Lucky. A
Yeah.
nasty
Hand.
message. Lucky. Distract him. I'll look. Get him to look away, and I'll look.
I don't think we should try. I don't have this feeling that he's not going to be easily tricked.
True.
But maybe
Well,
we
he's
can,
good at stealthing. Maybe we
but
should hide.
he's obviously been fooled, so we need to find a way to make sure he knows that he's been. You know, we should go talk to that noblewoman.
Do we
If we
have
go
any?
There's more
If we
through
go
Do we have
here?
any?
Well, that we've got a noble woman has come, and she could tell you that what happened to Neverember.
Yes, a very established noblewoman.
Look, I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about. But you shouldn't be here. Please leave. This is
Do
a
we have-
secure location. Please, you shouldn't be in here.
Well, we're
do
trying
we
to
have
recover. We have to recover this for the city of Waterdeep. That's what we've been trying to do.
Yeah.
It's not stolen. No one has stolen anything under my watch.
Neverember stole it.
We
That's why he
work
was
for the
after-
city too.
And if you worked for him, you could be in big trouble, because that puts you an accessory to his crime.
And we know about that.
So are you trying to convince the old dwarf that Neverember stole or embezzled it?
That's right.
Can I please have a persuasion check?
Sure, and I will use guidance and inspiration.
There's more
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
from everybody.
Okay. Well, I will be using guidance and inspiration.
Yes,
and my
Ursamay.
guidance, but my guidance will be on Bella.
Okay. And yes, Ursamay, it does specifically say everyone in the party needs to do this.
I'm going to
I'm-
take out investigator's notes because I was a investigator before I went to Jolt, and I take out all my notes. I'm just listing down all of like the news reports and the things about him, like dates, times.
Actually, instead of guidance, I think I will do enhance ability, charisma.
So are you... I will say enhance ability is a bit more castering than just guidance.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I don't want to risk that then.
Yeah.
I'll do the guidance.
So guidance is, as
Okay.
you say, oh, like you've got this.
Okay.
Enhance ability is a bit more, although you don't see it, it's a bit more casting openly.
Well, out of character, I'm going to recommend everyone use their inspiration.
I am.
Or have you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I already used it.
Well, I'm happy with that.
Persuasion. Wow.
Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
So you got a 22, an 11. You don't have your inspiration, that's right.
17.
Yeah, I don't have inspiration.
And a 17, and everyone has essentially used up their inspirations. Castle's still got his, but he's not here today. So if you need an exit plan, your getaway driver has inspiration.
Oh, cool. We can steal his. That's so good for something even if he's not here.
So, I will say one thing though. You really, really shouldn't start negotiations with a failed charm spell
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't actually have inspiration then. You had disadvantage.
Oh.
So if you used your inspiration to get advantage, you only had the first one. Luckily, still got 22 for his roll. Nick, can you roll again, please? Because you do actually have disadvantage. And Ursamay, yes, it's the first one that stands.
Cool, 15.
So Nick, you still get 11, but Ursamay, yeah, that's bad.
She's like in the middle of talking, trying to reach for the chest.
So,
It's like, yeah, keep it distracted.
well, that's the same thing. Are you reaching for the little box as this is all going on? Is that what you're doing? Is that how it's playing forward?
Everything plus 2.
Lucky is legitimately trying to convince him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he figures.
Ursamay, can I get a sleight of hand, please, for your trying to...
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
And then that's not.
Yeah. So we'll take 16. Okay. So as this is going on and the camera pans across to you, and instead of trying to convince the dwarf, like, yes, like this is what's happened, you see, like, it just pans across to a hand on the little pedestal, grabbing the box, pulling it down, and then it zooms into Bella with the box open in front of you. Inside are a deck of cards.
Oh.
What do you do? This is happening in a fraction of a second. What do you do?
I guess I just grab them and look at them. What kind of...
How many are you grabbing?
Oh God. Oh no. A deck of many things. We're all dead.
And I just want to bring you to our normal. This is the screen that we've had the entire time. So this screen has been sitting here the entire time. This is where the players can come in all the time, and sitting here the entire time, right in the center, is this. It's been sitting here the entire time. How many are you pulling?
Well, maybe you'll get lucky. The deck of many things can be very good or very bad.
I guess
The only reason I think it's bad for us is because Lucky is guaranteed to draw lots of cards. And that's always bad.
I guess should I grab some? Because I don't. I'm a lot of just like a normal bag of starch.
I didn't hear any of that.
No, we lost you
It
again.
was very.
Yeah. Can you hear now?
A little bit.
Okay. Is it like together, or is it all mess in the box? Or
There's just a box of cards. As in,
okay.
you pick out a card.
I'll just pick one card.
Okay. Can you roll? Well, I've got to do this. I'm actually having to roll a D21. So, hi Nessa, thank you for the subscription. It's time, apparently. It's time to roll the dice. So we're going to do a R21, or is it /roll?
R.
D21. We're rolling the dice. Actually, no, it should be you. It really should be you rolling the dice. So, do /R D21. And I can't say roll high or roll low. It's all mixed up in there. Okay, I know what that is.
Oh, that's not a roll. You just put in 21. It's gonna be a D.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn. This would have been so much better if you could see the stress on your face.
Damn it. Come on, don't. I forgot the space. I just delayed.
The strain.
So nervous, I can't type. It's like,
8. We have 8. We'll count down. Okay. So I've got to find the one exactly it is. You didn't pull the full, which is good. Okay. This is weird. This is weird. Actually, I've got items here. So sorry for the pause. This is something that's bigger than usually would get into. But hey, why not? And this could turn really weird really quickly. So how many we've got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just counting here. 8, 39, 40. Can you roll a 58? So D58. So as something appears in your hand, instantly it transforms from the card into this. And we have a 31. It had to be a large number, didn't it? It could have been something so small. Now I have to count a long way up. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 20. Okay. Oh shit. So on the upside, I'm just going to edit this so you can see it. Only you can see it, and it doesn't appear in your hand, but it appears over you. And you've now got Ursamay's now got that, so she can quickly read it. So I will say this one: it could have been the submarine could have emerged from this, and it wasn't the submarine. So, have you read what it is, Ursamay?
Yeah.
Was that a yes? I can barely.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, as you're trying to convince that the Lord stole the vault and stole everything, so that the open Lord of Waterdeep, Lord Renault Neverember, actually stole and embezzled all this gold from the city itself, and then now he's in exile, and that this person's an accomplice to the theft, etc., etc. Ursamay, Belladoc Buckless has reached up, pulled the box off the table, pulled out a card, and you see standing on the other side of the table, in a hooded or essentially a helmet of purple guise, steel, essentially a high cloaked collar around. High cloaked collar around the ensemble, and a really long flowing robes which have very fine embroidery and just bristling with magic and lightning across it, and the symbol of Waterdeep on a crest, on a badge in the middle of the ensemble. Ursamay is wearing the Lords of Waterdeep, Hidden Lords of Waterdeep ensemble.
Did Ursamay just become a Waterdeep lord?
No,
A lord of Waterdeep?
but you just pulled that magical item from a deck of many things. And you're currently wearing it. So, we have a Hidden Lord of Waterdeep in the room. What would you like to do to convince the dragon if he's still there?
We're like focused on the dragon, and Bella just became a lord of Waterdeep. Here you go.
Yeah, Lucky doesn't even notice what's happening with Bella because he's so busy talking to this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I do have a passive perception of 21. Do I notice her turn purple? I look over and I double take and I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. So it's certainly something different. It's certainly a very, very different look. And with Ursamay's very short stature as well, it's spread out across the ground.
She's just like in shock, like, what? What?
Oh wait, sorry, it's not spread out across the ground. Ursamay is sorry, Bella Doc Buckless is suddenly also 6 foot tall.
So yeah, now I'm very shocked, like, whoa, what? I look around for Bella and then just see this 6 foot tall dude, and I like put my hand over to Lucky and I like shake his shoulder, like, oh,
I'm busy talking.
oh,
So
we
there
have a
he was
guest.
exiled because of the. And yeah, I got a natural 20 on my persuasion. He is focused.
Yes, he is. He hasn't. The dwarf stops and just pauses and stops, and then turns and looks past. Looks over Lucky, which is normal for Lucky. Looks past Dandelion, and then goes down to a knee with his staff. Looks like it's painful for him to do such, and kneels in front of Bella, in front of this new image of Bella, a hidden lord of Waterdeep.
Oh, a hidden lord has joined us.
Holding the deck.
You tell this guy that treasure has been stolen.
I'm like frantic, like I quickly take a bow to next to the dwarf.
Where did Bella go?
She's kind of stealthing. She's probably hiding.
Yeah, she probably saw this guy coming and hid somewhere.
This is the worst episode to have internet issues.
Yeah.
Especially for Bella, who's got this. Yeah. Shall we take a
sounds
break
really
and try to
bad.
reset the internet again?
Do you want to try typing it in? Your
Yeah,
response?
I'm thinking about typing it.
Yeah.
Because you're not coming through at all. Just like
It's really.
just noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're typing. Yeah. The absolute worst moment to have the internet issues, especially when it's the person that just drew a hidden Lord of Waterdeep outfit from the deck of many things. Oh boy.
And I like how she's the one convincing the dwarf, the person with the 3 charisma.
Yep. Yes.
She's at Lord of Waterdeep.
Yep. There's benefits to having the outfit on.
Yeah, I have a feeling that changes the situation.
Yes, it is a magical outfit. So it does change a few things. So what are you trying to ask? Because the dwarf is holding his staff and on one knee and asking, essentially bowing to you.
I think she said, "What they say
is true."
Okay.
Yeah.
So he then turns to the others and says, "So it's true. This has been a lie. Everything is. I have been wronged. I'm so sorry. I'm
It's not your fault. You were deceived by a bad man.
But he was the open lord of Waterdeep. How can he be the one to do such a thing?
I don't know. I didn't know him.
It's not in my nature to. It's not in my nature to go against the law. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this. And
yes, as you can see, we have a Lord of Waterdeep here to vouch. Yeah. That we had here all the time. And now that we can recover this treasure, it's a very good thing for Waterdeep. So we thank you for your service. But you can go now and maybe leave the door open on your way out.
Well, I'll open the door for you, and we'll make sure this gold gets to the proper people of Waterdeep.
That's why we're here, is to take care of that. So we'll take care of that part. So yeah, we thank you for your service.
And he again bows deeply to Belladoc Bucklers, this now 6-foot figure of the Master of Waterdeep, and he thanks you, agents of Waterdeep. And he does suggest that maybe next time you have the symbol of Waterdeep, if you're working with a Master Lord, it would have marked you.
Oh yeah, we should have done. We totally should have done that.
Yes.
Dandelion's so confused, but is like looking over at the Lord and is just like, I'm not going to say anything.
Actually,
Lucky, you talk.
Lucky has a theory that is totally wrong, but but his theory would be, because he turned around, he has no idea it's Bella, but he turned around and he does know that their castle is capable of changing his clothing at will. So he figures it's castle for sure.
Well, I also
Dandelion knows that Castle couldn't have come in here when the door was closed, so Dandelion legit thinks it's a Lord of Waterdeep just somehow came in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's magic.
You also know that Bella's voice is very different. It's a nondescript humanoid, male or female. It's very androgynous. You can't pick it out, so you wouldn't even know it is. And he bows and says, "I'll be awaiting your instructions or further instructions of the removal of the vault, the cleaning of the vault. It will take probably a day and many hands, as it did previously." So, and he bows low, and as he bows low, you see out of the corner of your eye, just things that look out of function in the place, but it's just, you don't really notice what they are or understand what they are, and he just asks you to leave, and he says the vault will be open, but as you leave, he says, "The staff, I still keep my payment, yes?"
Was that, I don't know what your payment was. That was all worked out with that trader, Neverember. What did he offer?
We both look over to the Lord of Waterdeep.
And he's looking at the same. He's looking at the the hidden Lord of Waterdeep, and he says the staff. It's I'm still able to. If this was my payment.
Sounds fair to me.
And
Do
Bella.
you agree? Yeah.
Typing now.
Typing.
So I know Cosmic Knight, the show must go on. It's like, yeah, he's actually offering up the staff, like, as to the Lord Bella, in case yeah. He says, I feel wrong for keeping it if I was deceived and I was a part of a criminal act. It's not in my nature to do such things. And again, the staff just is that entwined red and gold dragons tails you see as the staff itself, and coming out flaring against each other at the top.
All right, we're not getting a message here.
It
was
there,
typing, but no message.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You can keep it.
You make it.
Okay. He thanks you and bows and so I will not use it for bad. Sorry, I will not use it for ill. I will not use it against the city. But I thank you for allowing me to stay here in the city. And he says, well, good day, and I will await further orders and further instructions for the emptying of the vault. And
okay, where may we contact you?
I will be here protecting until the vault is empty.
Okay, because I think we're going to make arrangements for the emptying of the vault. I think we have a contact who can bring in people to take care of that.
And Daniel kind of looks over toward the Lord of Waterdeep and is like, if it's not too much trouble, we also want to help this dwarf here get his son back. The Castellanters have kidnapped his son.
Yes, that could.
Legitimately thinking this is an actual lord, and they're just like,
There is absolutely
and
no
I
evidence that
turned
Bella
to
is
the
there.
dwarf. Maybe you could help with that. That could be maybe because you made this mistake, it could make you feel better.
I do not think that the city would appreciate my true form.
Well, you don't have to show your true form. All you have to do is help get this nice dwarf's son back, since he's been kidnapped.
And he turns to the dwarf, and the dwarf's like, please, may the gods help me. May you please help me. And the dwarf says, if it caused you to remove your beard, then I think you need more help than just the city. I think I might need to intervene in this matter. No one should ever shave a dwarf. I shall leave, try to come back. Yep, no problem. Hopefully, we probably won't be on for too much longer, but hopefully you can get back and everything works well, because, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So, hopefully see you soon, and hopefully, yeah. We don't have an overlay set for two people.
I will say there is a telepathic message to Dandelion saying, can you send one of your animal friends to Jarl Axel and say, we found the treasure and we need lots of automations to come take the treasure out?
You only know if he's
I'll go
got
in my
4.
pocket and pull out a little vial of fleas. And then I will ritual cast and will messenger and send a flea to Jarl Axel.
Jarl Axel will be like, what the heck?
Because I think that's the only thing that's going to be able to fit through the stone doors.
Well, I think this dragon's going to be opening those doors.
He did say he'll open so you can leave, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll actually go out and find an animal. I do have a vial of fleas, though.
Does it still have the sound?
Yes.
Yeah, no, not good.
No.
I think we're pretty close to the end here, though.
I think
right?
I think we can end it here. We can end it here with Joe Laxel essentially arranges for the bits and pieces. You get a level, but I don't think you're going to use it because you'd have pretty much stopped every way of the bad guys in this scenario from getting at you, from stopping you, and you delayed them so effectively.
And now they're up against a dragon.
And now they are up absolutely against an actual dragon.
So
Because
good luck to them.
yes, he wasn't a dwarf. He was
With
a
gold or
dragon.
silver?
He's a big golden dragon.
Gold.
A very big one at that. So, yeah. So, you kind of accused him of being a co-conspirator in a crime, which is not something of his nature. And yes, so, yay! We've solved the dragon heist. Joe Laxel does say that I think it would be best if I take all of the credit here and remove your adventuring ways from the nature of this adventure, or nature of this adventure.
I think at least Bill and I will be moving with our share somewhere sunny with beaches.
Yes. And don't worry about where the money ends up. It will be going to the city. It'd be best to we give back to the city so the city is not going to be as destitute as it has been. Make sure everyone's okay. And if the city thinks favourable on myself, then who am I to say no against that? But of course, we'll shall we say a 1% share?
To the city?
No, to yourself. Oh, 2%.
Oh.
2%. I think that may be fine. Maybe fair.
I guess so.
As in the negotiations and everything, for some reason, 10%, because also 8% of all the funds. No, 10 because of yes. I know you want more. You always want more. Bella always wants more. So
well, there is something I'd like done with some of these funds. How much is there altogether? I guess.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you haven't really you've thrown out numbers and no one's really given you proper numbers. And when you said it was like 100,000, and you're willing to give away half of that, yeah, it's in the millions.
Here's what I would like. I would like 2,000 gold pieces for setting myself up in a new place, and then I want the northern ward. What was it called? The fields.
Field
ward.
The
northern? Yeah.
Oh, the troll ward. Troll gate.
Is that the one where
the worst of the worst? Yeah, troll gate.
Yeah. I want it taken care of and fixed up. That will probably cost more than 2,000 gold. Like a lot more, but that could be the rest of my share.
Yep. So 2,000 gold for residence for yourself and 18,000 for building houses.
Okay, that sounds good.
And Nick, what would Dandelion want?
Dandelion just goes there. So is my end of the bargain. Have you finished your investigations?
Yes, of course. We've finished our investigations long ago, but we wanted to proceed to make sure the city got what was stolen from them as well.
All right, and this is when you finally see Dandelion takes off their mask, and it's just a chewing gum. No, they're just a person. They're really average and normal.
There was nothing
It's
hidden.
super unassuming. Nothing happens. I mean, they got like blue tattoos because they're a druid.
But nothing special, nothing. Oh my god,
No.
scars, pox, just a person.
I lied. I don't have scars. I'm just average and normal. But now I
Aw.
can go back to my job.
Mm-hmm. You can go back to your job. And what was your job?
It was being a private eye, specifically in the animal direction.
Pet detective.
I am a pet detective. I am a Pikachu detective.
Yep. And wait, do you shoot lightning yet? Not yet. That's later.
What, at this level? Probably, I think. And I don't have my.
At fifth level, you actually may get
spells.
it. At fifth level, you may actually get it. We haven't used a lot of spells though in this. What about Bella? What would be Bella's spend on 20,000? It's actually probably close to about 40, I should say, not 20. Math is hard. Let's go shopping.
If she can hear.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
someone's
typing.
Sorry.
Yes, 40,000. That's how much Bella gets.
I do get call lightning, so I can cast lightning.
And you also have a contact as a criminal with the Black Viper. We got stuff. Drink. I'm guessing food's next.
Food is next. Yep.
Yep.
And comfy beds.
Daggers.
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 I also say that about 5 or 6 days later, Founders Day happens. So in Founders Day is one of the big festivals of the year. Founders Day is where you heard that Castellantas were going to put on a massive feast for a lot of the nobles and a lot of the very, very rich merchants that are not nobility in the town. And you also heard rumor that they had people from the most destitute from the troll world, from the docks and from the field ward. They were going to be sponsored to essentially be squires and to be brought up into the middle to the lower middle class. And that was part of the whole you heard on the streets of what was happening. And you hear about the festival, you hear about the massive gala that happens, and then you hear absolutely zero about all the people that were in that sponsorship program. The 100 people just disappeared.
Well, I think we got our next adventure.
A mystery for the pet detective.
As for this adventure, it looks like everything just turned out for the best.
It did, but when you kept on saying that everything's going to be lucky, that's when I knew having the deck of many things at the end was going to be that Bashaba is actually in this. I'm going to make sure that there's that risk.
Yet we picked probably the luckiest card and the luckiest result of that card possible.
We are blessed by Timora. Holy crap.
But Bashaba got her butt kicked.
So I rolled what the 51 was all the magic items in the campaign out of all of them together was what we rolled on. And it could have been that the apparatus of your submarine could have showed up there. That could have been, that's one of them. That's one of them. It could have just been like another piece of paper, like a parchment, like for the paper birds. It could have been anything. And it just so happened to be the Hidden Lords Ensemble, super powerful magical item.
And perfect for this situation, ultimately perfect.
Perfect to convince a dragon that no, the treasure was stolen and that... I
kind of figured some miracle would save us.
So that's the wrap up. That's the I did want to say one thing, and Ursamay, you can start typing yours before everyone else has said theirs because it's going to take longer. Where does your character end up, say in 5 or 10 years' time? That's always one thing I'm curious of where do the characters end up on when now they've got money or they've got some fame, because you'll get some fame from this, and they'll open up adventuring in the city again as a legal thing. That'll be something that Jalaxel as kind of will start pushing for. So where do your characters start? Like end up?
Well, do you want to go first, Nick?
Sure. So Dandelion, I assume they still stay in contact with Jalaxel, has by now converted all of the local, because I now have Speak with Plants, all of the flora and fauna within Waterdeep and Luskin to be their spy network and investigate all crimes and misdemeanors against animals in each of those cities.
Okay. Where does Lucky end up? Ursamay, you can type yours now because it's going to take time.
So what happens with Lucky is he intends to retire at a beach somewhere, and he likely goes with Bella with the apparatus of Qualish, and they spend a good 2 months before he's bored to death, and the money starts to disappear. He ends up 10 years from now. You can picture Lucky is now getting closer to middle age, and now he is a true hero, an adventurer of Waterdeep, and has like the same hat and the same cape, but a group of adventurers who follow him to do heroic deeds throughout the city, and he's known for that.
And you get known for being an undermountain adventurer as well, as they open that up.
Absolutely, and he it probably becomes, although he never is truly recognized as a cleric of Tamora, perhaps at some point he becomes chosen of Tamora.
Yeah.
And
I'd also like to say, because if it's been 10 years, probably within that time, that druid nature magic has happened and Dandelion hasn't changed at all. But they have cleaned up the sewers quite a bit using their nature magic of turning it into a mini swamp. Just like home back in Chult.
So you turn the sewers into
So now there are
swamp.
crocodiles in sewers.
That can't be good. But it's so, yeah. Ursamay, what about yourself? That's why I said to start typing now, because it's going to take me longer.
I think Bella has joined Lucky's adventuring crew.
Okay, so you're still going to be hand in hand adventuring, and yep.
Yeah. I don't see Bella and Lucky ever going separate ways, right?
No.
I just don't think that would ever happen.
No. I will ask one thing, and what about whatever happened to Zelifar, the young bronze dragon? Whatever happened to him? Well,
I imagine we would try to get him his shrine built and keep him happy. See if we can introduce him maybe to a gold dragon who might take him under his wing and teach him about being a good dragon in service of Waterdeep instead of demanding utter worship.
Yep, it's exactly that. And you hear that the temple is being, at least that one of the masked lords pushes heavily for that to happen. And not just that, but he's even seen inside the city. As in, Zelifar is seen inside the city walls somehow after meeting the gold dragon. And the temple flourishes, and a lot of the Dragonborn will start worshipping there and trying to prove themselves as we're not that evil to the city. Of the Greybeards, you never hear from them again. They don't contact you again. Every now and then, the Shadow Guild, the Shadow Thieves, will contact Bella, but after a poor showing from the in front of one of the members, it's not as hey. So you can't read it, but hey is coming from Ursamay. It was a poor showing from the Black Viper. Oops, wrong button. And you don't really rise up into the ranks of that organisation.
Well, I mean, she did convince the dragon she was a Lord of Waterdeep.
She
The
did.
hidden Lord of Waterdeep.
She did.
Bella is too good for them anyway.
Yes.
They're kind of bad.
No, she didn't help at all when we were trying to figure out puzzles. She just stood there and hung out with the robot.
She probably figures out they're not so nice.
Yeah. And Bella was not very charming. She's just not. But thank you everyone for being with me. Yep.
I think there's one more unfinished business. Unfortunately, Bozo's not here.
I know.
But what do you think
What happened
happens
to
with Castle? I think everyone should have a guess as to what Castle might do afterwards.
Do we finally figure out what he was doing through the city the whole time with the pickled people?
I really want to know that as a GM because I have no idea what he was doing with a single potato. What?
Maybe that's what happens. He just left with the apparatus of Koalish and just went somewhere on his own adventure.
No idea what happens or what he was doing.
Maybe he was. He took the apparatus of Koalish and he's like, finally I'm away. And then Bella and Lucky come up from the back seat. Hey, Castle! Where are we going?
And he shock breaks the levers and the apparatus starts sinking into the depths.
Don't worry, I have water breathing now. So you see me as a shark come in.
Oh man. Yeah, that also could be thing. But I had no idea what he was doing. He had a barrel of smoked fish sitting outside his old apartment. He was the only one that didn't have a criminal record. Of course, that's expunged from everybody. But yeah, he was the only one that was freely able to walk around the city. And it'd be interesting. We do have a group, we have all the characters in a group shot being made. It's going to take a little bit, but it'll be on our merch store. It's going to be by Frogget Chair, who Peach from the Rusty Duggar show, who's going to be doing, who did the current tokens as well. So it'll be the very same style. So we'll have that made probably about a month's time, and we'll have that on our merch store. So hopefully you can get your own chance of owning some merchandise, or you can also check out all the previous stuff that we did for the channel, like for the show, all the other episodes. I think this was 18 in total. We could have gone a little bit longer, but when you have a Masked Lord of Waterdeep on your side, it kind of shortens the adventure quite dramatically. I'm not even going to put the enemies outside the doors. No one's going to fight when the Masked Lord walks out of here. Not going to happen. Yep. Don't screw with that. So yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for the donations, for the support, and for everything else. It's been amazing. Thank you everybody here. Thank you for Treant, Monk. Thank you for Nick. Thank you for Ursamay, and of course Bozo, and our previous members as well. Thank you everybody, Scramph and Potatoes. I have never got it right the entire time. Even though you didn't cut to the very end, thank you for at least being a part of this show and being a part of everything that we've done. So we will have this group, this cast of 3 members, hopefully without internet issues, going to the next show, which will probably start at the end of the month. We're going to have a couple of weeks, apparently, which will be Pathfinder, Rise of the Ruin Lords, but everyone is goblins. So it's different. Very different. So, hi, Nez! And, so everyone, thank you for everything. Thank you for the raid, Janks. Thank you for everything. I've loved it. We've been using Syrinscape for the sound. We're using pretty much the Dragon Heist Syrinscape sound set. So everything's provided, everything's good. Even the box text, it's written out in character. It's been great. Anything anyone else want to say? I'm just rambling by now.
Thank you, Karsh. That's fun.
My goblin's going to be blind, so I will be playing a blind spellcaster.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about that. In the Goblin game, we're going to have a blind spellcaster. And I've warned you, Nick, I will just turn off the lights in Roll20. You will not have anything to target.
I will only see my own token wandering around and try to figure out what to do.
That's it. And you'll have to ping the map at like where you're going to place that fireball. That's going to be a thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's going to be an interesting game. It's certainly going to be interesting. So, yes, and thank you for the thank you, Ursamay, because it's not going through. But so that's us, the Blades of Waterdeep, and we're going to be finished for the final time of Blades of Waterdeep. Our conclusion was today. Thank you to a deck of many things and a Masked Lord of Waterdeep turning up. So, yay! So, it's a big thing to finish a game of this length. So we will go out with our Matrim 3 strings from the Yawning Portal as we've gone in for every show. Don't forget the credits roll. It has the links to the artists and everything and all the stuff that we use. It's really important. So, yeah. I'll actually... Is there anyone we can raid? Because we do have a few people here. So I know we're just doing a quick wrap up. We've got Gathering of Nerds. Gathering of Nerds is okay. They're doing some arts and crafts. Yeah, arts and crafts with Gathering of Nerds. There we go. And how do we do this? Raid, Gathering Nerds. And we'll do that after the first credit run. So bye, everybody.
Thank you.